Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1734th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Good evening, traders. This 1734th edition of these educational videos coming at you on a Thursday night for trading Friday, February 16th, 2018. Traders, you should know this. Before we get into the topics on the board, futures trading is extremely risky, causes substantial financial loss, is certainly not suitable for all traders. You must have risk capital to lose if you're going to play this game. Put your stops in, put them in first, and do not trade alone. Come on down to livewithoscar.com. Don't trade alone. Join me in my live trading room. I'll help you get through these rough and tumble markets. I noticed one thing on the board that needs to change. I'm getting so excited. Where's my orange marker? We're at 41 days now. Cryptocurrency chart count. 41 days and counting. I've got a little bit of a chart we'll have to show you. I'll show you what it's building to. It's just a baby, but it's getting there. All right, traders, so what is on the board? Please know the risks. Let's get moving. What is on this board? Well, green Omni, emini, S&P, NASDAQ, Dow Transportation Average, and I have to say, I got out in front of this camera 5 days ago and said to you, do not fall in love with the downside just yet. I found these great averages. The Omni's turned. This should be bottom. Well, we have gone straight up since that day. That is bravo, spot on analysis. And you know, about 5 days ago after that 1,000-point drop on Friday, everybody was talking about the top. And I come out and go, nah, I don't think so, not yet. Let me show you how to read analysis. And here we are, moving straight back up. Bravo, Omni, let's move forward. So far, the market in full-blown recovery mode, and it looks to now be back into risk-on mode behavior. Looks like risk-on mode is back. You know where they just come in and buy everything in sight? That's what we're starting to see. That's what the last 2 days have looked like in the stock market, even the S&P NASDAQ. I think that's what you will see on Friday. Next on the board, number 2, commodities becoming very interesting here. I showed you there's a possible run on commodities beginning. Copper, gold, soybeans, soy meal, the list is beginning to grow. Interest rates are starting to move up. The prices of commodities getting more expensive. Of course, there should be a run on commodities. The dollar's going down. The whole picture makes sense, especially if the dollar continues to go down. So I'll show you a few charts, and there is an interesting run that is starting to begin on commodities. Bonds look absolutely terrible. I don't care if they rally a day or two in between. In the interim, they look terrible. And Bitcoin, is there a possible V bottom forming in Bitcoin? Could you imagine? Well, the chart's small, but we'll look at it. Traders, I've got these topics on the board. I'm going to go over charts in a moment and show you each and every one of those. And I think the chart segment will be quite interesting. So make sure you pull up a chair, grab a pad and a pencil, pen, take a few notes. The charts are pretty cool. All right, so I want to remind you, traders, grab my platinum membership. Why? Because I belt out trades all day long where the Omni wants to buy, where it wants to sell, where it will take profit, where it would take its loss, where we put the stop in. That is something I give to you in real time as it's happening, and Omni has been killing these markets. Ask anyone who hangs out with me in my trading room. If you'd like to join the service, it's called the Platinum Service. I'll give you those recommendations immediately as they come out. livewithoscar.com. Join the Platinum Service. And traders, there is one ticket left for OmniCamp. Round of applause for you cats coming out. I'm excited. I've got a class coming for OmniCamp now. OmniCamp is the first weekend of March. It starts March 1st. I've got one open ticket. Which one of you lucky Omniacs want to come out and sit in that seat? Let me teach you the art of Oscar's market navigational indicator, the Omni. Let me teach you that for yourselves. I can show you how to call tomorrow's high and low in the S&P tonight. And that is no joke. That is no trick. That is something very valuable. If that sounds like something you'd like to be able to do, livewithoscar.com. Click the OmniCamp banner, fill out your application. There's only one seat left. Someone come grab it, and I will change your life when it comes to looking at markets technically. With no further ado, let's go look at some charts.
What caught my attention about Oscar, I had been following him for a little over a year. I had done some very instructional videos. A lot of his work seemed to be narrow the markets down to very simplistic and methodical approaches. So that is one of the reasons why I had applied to OMNI.
I didn't know what to expect. I just hoped that I would get something out of it. I've gone through other ordeals, conferences, paying my way in and stuff like that. Never got anything out of it like I did here.
I loved that the class size was 4 people. We all got individual attention. He answered all our questions. He's a great teacher. He explains things so that you can understand.
He showed us his system, what he does. And not only did he show it to us, he proved it to us. And it's just about all I could say about it. I've seen it, you know. I see that it works.
It met and exceeded my expectations. I thought Oscar was a great teacher. He gives you a lot of tools, but it's practical. You spend a lot of time and effort in learning a routine and going over it, making your mistakes, allows you to make your mistakes and kind of see where you are and what you need to do to correct those to be able to fish.
I think this was the best thing I could have done. You have to come here. You have to get the whole experience, learn the way he does it, and then it makes sense.
Okay, traders, this is the very same chart I put before your eyes 5 days ago. This is exactly where we were, and I said OMNI has flipped. It's about 60% green, and these two averages, if you look back, they almost never get touched. I am telling you it's time to possibly get long. Let's start looking at the upside, and you know what's happened since? This is where we were, and this is what's happened since. I mean, look at that piece of analysis. Was that not spot on? That was beautiful. We went from here on the day OMNI turned, and we just put all these days in so far. We're all the way up to here. Perfect analysis. Green OMNI for trading on Friday. Let's look at more upside traders. If you want to join me in my live trading room, you must use Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge to join me in the trading room. The other browsers tend to not allow you in. These guys will allow you access. Come on down to my live trading room. Let's move forward. The NASDAQ, same exact look. Same thing happened here. You bounced off that average, but more importantly, as far as I'm concerned, it held OTAPMA. So yes, it penetrated, but literally for one day, came right back up, and now we're all the way back to here on your NASDAQ. And I'll tell you right now, we're not far from completely recovering back to the highs in NASDAQ. Look at what that looks like already. And we've got all day tomorrow to see this bad boy rally. So you're getting a full-blown recovery, risk-on mode back. Do not fall in love with the downside. Let's move on. Blowing up this chart, look at what we've done. Now I've zoomed in on that very same chart, and look what happens once we get above OTAPMA. It really starts to go, right? This is the OMNI average. Look at it go. That's your NASDAQ. Not far, if you ask me, not far from contract highs. I think we'll get there in no time. Transportation average, backing up the emini, S&P, and NASDAQ charts is your transportation average. And I showed you this chart, and I said, look, not only is it just holding smack at the bottom of this channel every time, look at this crazy average. And it just holds right along the average as well. I mean, that's an interesting piece of analysis. We're all the way back up to here on this. This is your weekly chart. Each one of these bars represents a full week's worth of trading. In 1 week, we're all the way back up here, from down here, after testing the line and the average. Bravo on great analysis. I love technical analysis. This is how it works, kids. Let's move forward. Copper. I've been telling you about copper. The Omniacs have been getting long copper, and look at the run so far. Copper is starting to go. The run on commodities begins, and if you ask me, this is probably just a big, ugly bull flag looking for a lot higher. So I think copper and other commodities are ready to go. Look at your soybeans. Traders, we've been buying soybeans every day since it broke out above the 200-bar moving average. Where are we now? The Omni's been killing this. If you would like these trades as they come hot off the press, join my live recommendation service, and I will let you know when we're buying, when we're getting out, when we're getting stopped out, when we're wrong. I'll give you everything that you need. Remember, one open seat left for Omni Camp. It is the first week of March. You need to call me if you want to be part of this Omni Camp. Remember, if you're going to join my live trading room, Internet Explorer, or Microsoft Edge. Traders, soy meal, another commodity starting to go. Look at the soy meal. I mean, come on, you can't deny what's going on here. A gap opening, and then boom, 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 boom. That looks fantastic right now. You're starting to get a move on a lot of commodities. These aren't the only ones. I got dozens I could show you, but this is enough for now. Then we move out to bonds. Now, I've been telling you in my videos, bonds are extremely bearish. Weeks ago, I started telling you that bonds were bearish. Where? Right about here. Bonds have been bearish since, but more importantly, now they're broke down from our bear flag, which is bearish. And watch this. So you're under the Omni average and you fail. You come out of a bear flag, same chart, no changes here except for we're going to add on another average. Check this out. Now you've got the Omni average and you've got the 200 bar right here, and you are well below that 200 bar moving average now. You are well below the bear flag. You are in a bearish mode in bonds. It's exactly what we told you should happen. We never know what will happen, but this is what we told you should happen. And if I remember right, I gave projections out in bonds. And let me see if I can get those in my head. I think my projections were 140 even and 118, this being 10-year notes, this being 30-year bonds. We are on our way to 140 and 118. How do I know that? Because we're 142 right now in the bonds, and we were in the 150s when we were calling top. Actually, 160s were up here. Bitcoin traders. The Bitcoin chart, here it is, cryptocurrency chart. Problem with it is, there's not a lot of data here. I've got 41 days, not a lot to sink my teeth into, but abstractly looking at this chart, possible V-bottom here, got above this average. Now the average can't be long, right, but it is what it is. We've got this average right here. You're above it. You failed at it up there. I know it's short term, not a lot there. I'm just showing you the opening doors to what this chart should become as time ticks. But you do have a possible V-bottom happening here. If this does not turn out to be another bear flag, and I'll tell you right now there's been a lot of bear flags here, so don't get happy. But if this doesn't turn out to be another bear flag, then likelihood is we're finally V-bottoming in your Bitcoin. More about Bitcoin as this turns into more days. I promise we will find trades on that Bitcoin chart. Traders, come on down to livewithoscar.com and join me in my live trading room. So, traders, you've seen the charts. Is technical analysis not wonderful or what? It's out of control. And should I not take a bow for these Omnis for the last few weeks? Are you kidding me? Oh my God, these Omnis are just killing these markets. And if you'd like to be part of it, if you want to learn how to do this Omni for yourselves, somebody grab that last seat. We've got 2 weeks left. You've got to call me before time ticks away on you. With no further ado, I am out of here. I'm going back downstairs to check out the markets. I want you to try to keep your emotions at bay. One of the best things I can tell you to do, especially while these markets are so volatile, is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll, commodity traders. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.